boy, have I got a secret for you for getting listings in the spring, especially the spring. So I'm Kathy Burns. I'm here with Real Estate Riches, and I've got a secret to share with you on success stories that evolved from one little simple thing that I started doing. So if you like things like this, please subscribe below. Stay tuned. Let's talk. Okay. So I moved from Michigan back in 2005 to North Carolina, dead broke. So what do you do when you're dead broke and you need stuff to put in a place? Go to garage sales, right? So I start going to garage sales. I want to be the first one there. So I'm up early at 6 o'clock. I've checked out all the garage sales in the area, and I was in an affluent area. So, which is great because a lot of times people just get rid of stuff. They could care less, right? So I'm going around to these garage sales, and it dawned on me shortly after doing this that these people might be getting ready to sell their house. It's springtime. That's the best time to go to garage sales, right? It's spring right now. So I decided I was going to do this on a mission. I was going to put my business cards in my back pocket. I would have like a list of things that I might be looking for at my house. Also, this is a great way to find stuff for staging. How about that? Bet you didn't think about that. And we should probably talk about staging, but that's another one. Anyway, so I started going, and I can kind of tell. Now, your garage sales that are done by the community, no, nobody's going to sell that are typically in that. Not very many. It's not worth hunting into the garage mayhem of the whole community doing it, trying to find the one person that might be selling. No. So you go through and you pick your neighborhoods too, your price point of who you want to work with. So it's not just any old garage sale. I'm looking at my price point. I'm looking at my territory, right? And so I drive up, I casually stroll through. Now I'm early. That's the other secret. I like to get there when they open up, before the crowds have come. Now there's some professional garage sale shoppers like myself that are there early too, but they're looking for the goods, not me. That's secondary mission, right? My mission is to find the person that's getting ready to sell, who hopefully does not have an agent yet. So I casually am strolling through the stuff. Hey, what's going on? Boy, I'm so glad you got great weather, assuming you do. And start chit-chatting. So you clearing out the house? Yes, I am. I said, I get it. You getting ready to sell your house? I am. And I go, boy, I really like this plant over here, or whatever I just saw, making some more chit chat. Because most of the time I try and buy, especially from someone I think might be selling. I say, when are you putting it on the market? I don't go right for the kill right off the bat. When are you putting it on the market? They'll tell me, hopefully it's in a month or so, maybe even less. I'll say, what price point you looking to do here? What do you got in the house? I ask questions about the house because I'm interested in the house. I want them to see that I'm not just trying to do a pitch here. I'm interested in the house. Say, I'm a realtor. You know, I'm always looking for homes that are coming on the market early. Have you done any updates? I start treating it like it's a listing. I am already doing my listing presentation without them even knowing it. I want to know about the house. What kind of repairs have you done? What's it got going on? Is that a new roof, new HVAC? I just start chit-chatting as I'm walking around through the stuff. Very nonchalant, very casual, right? And so now I'll say, so are you working with a realtor? Yeah, my brother's a realtor or whatever. Okay. So have you signed documentation, or would you be open to, giving somebody like me a shot to see if I might be able to do something better for you? And a lot of times they will give me a shot. Not always, but they will at least interview me. So now I got to bring my listing presentation. I got to bring my comps. They've already told me things about the house. And see, they're not my client, so I can ask them whatever I want. I don't even have to prep them, really. I think I've told them that I'm a realtor. I'm not asking them any money questions, so I don't have to be careful about that. Wondering if I am crossing a line there, because I always did this. No, I think I'm fine, because they're not my client, and I'm not really presenting it. I'm just finding out if they got a house for sale, right? So anyway, when I do come back for the listing presentation, of course, I've got my buyer's agency, I've got my working with agency, I got all the docs, and I'm ready to do all the things that I need to do. So I'm going through all the things, and I'm like, I will get them. They will give me that appointment. So now I go comp it. I come prepared. I research the neighborhood. I've left the garage sale site, right? But while I'm there, I'm driving that neighborhood. I'm paying attention to what I see about the neighborhood. I ask that seller, do you have an HOA here? What do you feel about it? What do you like about the neighborhood? What are some of your favorite stuff? And I'm doing this nonchalantly as I'm going through. I'll probably buy something, but I don't always, right? I got my cash in my pocket too, right? And so one day, I'll tell you how I really brought this home is that I'm at this one house. I think it was around a $350 price point. And it was, they were selling out a bunch of stuff. And I started talking to the woman and she goes, well, this is my rental property. We're getting ready to a bunch of stuff was left here. I threw some of my own stuff. Thought I'd just do a garage sale. And I tell her my story that I'm a realtor, always looking to see if I can find some properties. Do you have any other investment properties you're thinking about selling? She goes, yeah, right around the corner. That one was a higher price than that, nicer house than that too. So I said, could I be interviewed? She goes, sure. So I do. I win the listing. So from there, she goes, my dad wants to sell his house. I like how you handled everything with mine. Would you want to meet with him? Sure. Where's he at? He was a waterfront property right around the corner at over $1 million. Was that worth me stopping for that garage sale? You bet it was. So I go do the pitch there and I get that one. I sell that one. He also needed a home to buy. I sold him that house where he could buy. So now, do you see what's going here? 3. She decided she's ready for a waterfront house. She used me. I got her the waterfront house. Do you see how it just ripples? Now, does that happen all the time? No. But this is about also a mindset of staying alert. So I'm going to tell you right now, you can find out yard sales wherever they are in your neighborhood. And again, don't just pick any old yard sale. If you're doing this as a business, which I encourage you to do, you're very focused on who your target market is, your price point, because what you're focused on, your net, not your gross, your net. After cuts, expenses, splits, all that stuff, what's the price point that's going to work for you, that's going to pay your bills and get some extra money aside? And by bills, I mean, don't forget your taxes. So this is a really important time of year to be doing these garage sales, and you need to come prepared. And you need to be smooth. You may blow it a few times. There's going to be plenty of people that'll say they're not selling, they just want to clean out stuff for spring. That's cool. You can also say, anybody in the neighborhood you know of thinking about selling? People, if you've already created a casual, comfortable rapport, they're going to share with you. And if they say, yeah, Bill down the street is, so you wouldn't happen to know their number, would you? Or, and if they say, nah, I really don't. So no problem, I'll check it out. I'll go look it up. You can find that in Forewarn, which is in your MLS in most cases. If not, you pay for it. And it's, I think, only $20 a month. Worth it. It's also a background checker, which is really what it's designed to be, but I digress. So what are you going to do? It's spring. You're going to go on Facebook. You're going to find all the garage sales that are happening near you. Are you going to get there around 9? No. Are you going to get there around 7? I wouldn't. 6:30. That's the sweet spot. So they could even be setting up. You could offer to help set them up. You want to build that relationship, and you just stay casual in the background. What are some of the things you got for sale in here today? And then they might say, what are you looking for? Me? I was always looking for towels and bedding. But I was also, as I mentioned earlier, as I evolved with this, I was looking for staging things, because like you look on these shelves here in my background, every one of those things is a little knickknack that if you got a vacant house or somebody who's got shelves that are cluttered with all the wrong stuff and you need to thin it out, wouldn't you like to have some accent pieces like that? If I could pick up these vases for $1 or $1 or even $5 and I start to accumulate, that's what I'm talking about. Garage sales are very useful. And if you have tag sales, which is a much higher level, go to those. Now, those are not run by the seller. Those are run by estate planners, things like that. But they're a good one to have a relationship with. because I would go get a lot of my staging stuff from them because it was higher quality stuff and I could get it still very cheap. And actually some of my clients who were liquidating some of their million plus properties, they wanted somebody like that. And for me to have a guy who did that, I was special. So back to the garage sales. Get out there and start doing the garage sales. Have your business cards, have your cash, because they want cash. And go out there and tell me a story how you got a listing from it. Man, would I love to hear that. I've been sharing this idea for years and I've heard no one do it. And it's so good. It's ready for the picking, people. So if you like this, subscribe below, share it, ask me questions. I'll be happy to share any of the details that I learned about it. Just ask me in here and then tell me some of your successes. Love to hear it. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.